Level 6 is transformed behavior, and this is the level that answers a question most Christians have stopped asking, not because they found the answer, but because the cycle wore them down enough that they quietly stopped expecting one. Here's what level 6 looks like in real life. Not white-knuckling through another week. Not setting another accountability system in place that runs well for 3 weeks and then quietly disappears. Not managing the distance between you and the sin with willpower and calendar reminders, something genuinely different. The pull toward the sin that once felt automatic starts losing its grip. Not because you became stronger, but because something underneath the behavior has actually changed. And that distinction is everything. John the Baptist in Luke 3:8 doesn't soften this. He doesn't say intend fruit in keeping with repentance. He doesn't say feel fruit or promise fruit or make a plan toward fruit. He says produce it. The fruit is the evidence. And evidence is not something you announce. It's something that becomes visible whether you announce it or not. This is where the reason most preaching falls short becomes impossible to ignore. Most altar calls end at level 3. Most accountability structures are built at level 2 with witnesses added. Most discipleship systems assume that if someone understands the sin clearly enough and feels bad about it sincerely enough, change will follow naturally. But understanding and emotion were never the engine of transformation. They were meant to be the ignition, the thing that starts the process, not the thing that completes it. Ezekiel 36:26 is the verse this level stands on. God doesn't promise to improve your willpower. He doesn't promise to make the sin harder to access. He promises a new heart, a new spirit. The removal of the heart of stone and the insertion of something that actually wants differently, not just behaves differently under enough external pressure. And the crucial question this level forces is whether you have ever specifically asked for that. Not for forgiveness again, not for relief from guilt again, for a new heart, because those are not the same. Request, and they do not produce the same result. Discipline manages what is still alive. Transformation buries it, and you can maintain an impressive level of behavioral management for years, while the desire underneath remains completely untouched, waiting for the moment the willpower exhausts itself, which it always eventually does. The evidence of level 6 is not perfection, it is direction. The sin that once felt like home starts feeling less and less like somewhere you belong. Level 7 is where everything on this list gets reframed entirely. It is the level Paul describes in 2 Corinthians 7, and most Christians have never experienced a single one of its 7 specific outcomes. Once you see what those outcomes actually are, you will understand why.